Is the documentary filmmaker in the room with us now, Angela? Just before the video starts, I want to let you know that this video is sponsored by Bessa. You're going to hear about that in a few minutes, but we are doing a giveaway with Bessa. So you're welcome and stay tuned for that. Hello, friends. Welcome back to my channel. My name's Chelsea. You know that. I know that. I'm just a lady with a bulldog, a camera, and too many opinions. And apparently, documentary filmmaker. And that is according to Angela Sumner. Is she always right? No. And she clearly isn't right about this either. So as y'all know, I just posted, or most of you should know, I just posted my Angela Sumner deep dive, the False Phoenix part 2. I want to say last week, probably 2 weeks ago by the time I post this video. And at the beginning of that video, I actually put a reel that she had made about little moi. That's French for me. Buongiorno. So she posted a reel that we're going to watch. Of course we are, because duh. In it, she said a lot of things, and I know I put it in my deep dive video, but I need to make a whole nother video about it because, dear God, it's too good not to. And I just find it so interesting. So we are going to go over it point by point. By point, by point, by point.
Some of you may know that a documentary was made about me, and I go documentary because I wasn't interviewed, they didn't ask to interview me, and they hired an actor to portray me instead of asking me. Anyway, I'm on here because I want to know how you would handle it. Part of me wants to sue. The other part of me wants to use it to my benefit and profit off of it.
I can say silly things in a straw hat too, Angela. This is Tony's beach hat. He also wears this when he does like yard work and stuff. I love this hat. I love a good wide brim straw hat. These are my favorite to wear when fishing. Why is this how big is Tony's head? Look at that. Hello? So a lot to go over right there. So first and foremost, a documentary girl where who would play her? We'll get into that in a minute. What's that say? This video is sponsored by Bessa, and we're doing a giveaway for my viewers? That's right, girly pops. This video is sponsored by Bessa, and we are doing a giveaway for you. Bessa and I are giving away free vibrators and gift cards for vibrators to my viewers, to anyone who signs up through the link in my description box. That's pretty crazy. I love Bessa. Thank you, Bessa, for sponsoring this video and being a continued sponsor of my channel. But I love Bessa. One of my favorite toys that I've ever had is from them, and it is discreet. All of them are. You'll see them in a second. But it's the Pebble, and it is discreet. It has a rechargeable case. Girl, we brought it on vacation. We did do that. It's a good time. Okay, it's a good time. Bessa is an amazing company. Not only is their Instagram hilarious, Bessa, I need you to give that social media person a raise because, dear God, they're hilarious. And on their social media, but also just Bessa as a whole is all about empowering people to explore, embrace, and celebrate their sexuality. Bessa is a by women company for all things sexual wellness. So like I said, the Pebble is one of my favorite toys, but let's go ahead and showcase some other ones. We have the icon herself, the Pebble. Look at her. Hi, Barbie. What's going on? Suction and vibration controlled independently, ergonomically built to fit better in your beautiful, supple hands. No annoying pattern modes. Who's trying to do that? Nah, babe, let's get down to business. We know what we need. And then we have the Thumpy Thump Thumper, the Thump, the one and only. A toy that does it all. She vibrates. She does suction. She be thumpin'. The Thump utilizes Bessa's improved pleasure jet technology. True feel vibrations naturally complement the suction at its targeted base. Innovative thumb technology for natural clitoral palpitations on the back of the pop grip. And then, of course, don't think we forgot about the air vibe. Dual stimulation, G-spot, and clitoral stimulation. And she's silent. However, she's deadly. You will be seeing Jesus. Or, whatever God you like. And of course, all of these come in their discreet packaging. They're rechargeable and they are waterproof. So let's fill up that nightstand, boo-boo. Let's make that nighttime routine more interesting. Shower time, you time, me time, whatever. Date night, a random Tuesday when you wake up on a Wednesday, whatever you need. Bessa's got ya. So sign up using the link in my description box, and everyone who signs up through that link will get either a gift card emailed to them or a free vibrator, which is crazy. Make sure also that you check your spam and junk folder as well, just in case it goes to there after you put in your email address. I don't want you missing out. Thank you again, Bessa, for sponsoring this video. Thank you for being a continued sponsor of my channel. And also thank you to you guys for supporting my sponsors. Without you doing so and without my sponsors, I wouldn't be able to make this type of content because we know that my content do be getting demonetized. So thank you again. And let's continue to the rest of this video where we are talking about someone who could probably use something from Bessa so that she can relax and have some fun. I have never said that any of my videos are documentaries. I have said that it's pretentious in my opinion, and it's okay when some YouTubers say that their commentary, like deep dive videos, are documentaries. In like the most black and white definition, technically, yes, sure. If we want to call it that, am I also a independent journalist? Sure. But girl, if I'm an independent journalist, then you're a cult leader. Listen, I'm not the type of person to ever be like, she was asking for it, but you're asking to be called a cult leader in that outfit? You're barefoot, aren't you? Angela, you barefoot? How dirty are your toenails? As I said in my deep dive, part 2 of my deep dive about Angela Sumner, she's claiming here that I did not reach out to her, I didn't contact her, whatever. I did. In all of my deep dive videos, not all of my videos, but all of my deep dive videos that are about a singular person, every single time, I always reach out to the person. I always send them an email to their public-facing email, whether I have to go to their website, their blog, their social media, wherever I can find it, their LinkedIn. I always find an email and I send that email. And then also, if they don't have me blocked yet, which sometimes they do, I will send over a DM as well. DMs a lot of times do get stuck in the held for review or the requests folder, whatever. But I always do my due diligence and reach out. And that's not so that I can like give them a heads up. It's so that I can give them a chance to talk, to answer questions so I can get more insight. I want to be able to tell all sides of every story because then it gives people a better picture of what's going on, even if her version of events is batshit insane. Doesn't matter. Angela, I'd love to talk to you. I wanted to interview you. Come on. Like, it would have made the video a billion times better if I did talk to you. I interviewed everybody. Come on. But alas, I did email her twice. In the same day, I emailed her from her email that she has on her blog or website or whatever, the one she's been using for years. And then I also forwarded that email over to her assistant at Angela Sumner email address. I'm pretty sure that's the one it is. I emailed you. Apparently, she's been talking to a lot of people locally. This could not be true. I'm not stating this as a fact. This is just what has been alleged to me. Could be a complete falsity. Could not be true at all. But apparently she's been reaching out to people in her area or, influencers in her area, whoever, to try to talk to people to figure out how to sue me and then people on Reddit. So, hey, if you're in the Hunsnark Reddit, which I'm going to post this later in there anyways, but please don't dox yourself, okay? Listen, she does not have a legal leg to stand on, but that doesn't matter. Like, that could still be annoying and waste time for you and waste money for you, okay? Also, if she wanted to send a cease and desist, she probably already could. Also, I'm gonna frame it or crumple it up and put it in the base of my lamp because that's where I have all my other ones. That's my first one that I ever got, but all my other ones are in the base of this lamp that I have over in my reading nook. I'll put a picture of that because it's so cute. Finally got a rug over there. So the reason why I think that she keeps calling it a documentary is to give herself a more heightened sense of self. Like feel like this has to do a lot with ego here. And a lot of y'all have said that as well. I mean, think about it. Think about the other people who have had, stories written about them, podcasts about them, or documentaries made about them, right? I mean, that means you're somebody. That means you're, I don't know, it's someone of importance, but it's like, girl, not to be like, I'm just a YouTuber, but I'm quite literally just a lady with a bulldog, a camera, and too many opinions. It's going to be so sad the day where I can't say a lady with a bulldog anymore. And it's just a lady with a camera and too many opinions. Also, I've been really trying to work on not looking at the viewfinder and just looking at the lens. So I'm very sorry if I'm like, If you're a YouTuber, you get it, okay? It's hard to not look at that. Another point she made is that I hired someone to play her. Girl, how much money you think I got? What? Like, this was not a full production. I was not in my Ron Howard style director's chair with my little baseball cap on at a waterfall filming this person. That's not what happened. You want to know who that was? Surely not a paid actor. It was me. Just kidding. It wasn't me. I don't leave my house. However, girl, that's called stock footage. I bought it. So I guess technically I did pay for it. No, that's stock footage from a website called ArtGrid. Yeah, I use artgrid.io for my stock footage, and I pay I think I pay like $200 a year or something like that. I don't remember. And the business expense is a write-off. I don't know. The write-off people. So yeah. But again, it's this person put so much time, so much money, so much effort into the production of this documentary about me. Angela, I'm going to hold your hand when I say this. That didn't happen. That did not happen. But also, even if it did, that doesn't invalidate anything, right? I don't know.
I want to know how you would handle it. Part of me wants to sue. The other part of me wants to use it to my benefit and profit off of it.
How did I miss this sentence? I think probably because I was like, you want to sue? What? For what? You want to sue for what? For libel? For defamation? Because, no. You don't have a case there, girlfriend. Also, speaking of profiting off of it, I'll profit off that a lot. And that'll be worse for you. Because if there's one thing that we can guarantee about moi, is that I'm not going to shut up. And if I got to pay legal fees, girl, you bet your tuchus that I ain't going to shut up. So she wants to either sue. And again, as always, as I've always said, if you watch my channel, you get it. But I'm sure there's going to be people who are like, they can't sue you, or you can sue them, or blah, blah, whatever. Calm down. Anyone can sue anyone for anything. That's not the point. It's, do they actually have a case? No, she wouldn't actually have a case, because I used all the protective language. I used her own content and her own voice for a lot of the stuff. You're a silly goose, Angela. You're silly. So silly. Also, saying that someone that I think they are a cult leader and then being like, oh, this is why, that's also just an opinion. I mean, I think that she is a cult leader. Yeah, of course I do. Or I think that she was one in the past, right? With libel defamation, she would have to show loss of funds. But the thing is that not only because of Reddit, but then also because of other people making videos about her, and because of the stuff that she posts on social media, she wouldn't be able to say that it's me that has been that affected her income, I'm not a lawyer. I don't fucking know, but that's my thought process, right? Especially because prior to this, she was promoting her courses, the MLM, all that stuff, right? But the thing is okay, well, has she had a decline in income? Well, maybe, but has she been continuing her businesses? Not from what we can see on social media. Yeah, she wouldn't be able to do that. I just thought of something else too. Finger guns. But she just said that doesn't know if she wants to sue or profit off of it. So you're saying you could profit off of it. So you're saying that I've increased your income, so you haven't had loss of funds. Angela, what are you doing?
The other part of me literally doesn't care, because there's no fact. She doesn't know anything. I never met the person who filmed it. She was never a former client. She knows nothing about me.
Dear God. Correct, I was not a former client. I don't need to be a former client to interview people and hear other people's stories. Not to give a super drastic example of this or a comparison, but people who never met Hitler have written books about Hitler. They're factual. So it's not every single book that's written about everyone is factual, right? But what? This is, of course, another type of, I'm trying to think of what logical fallacy it falls under. My brain cannot comprehend and even form a coherent thought right now, because of what she's saying makes absolutely no sense. I guess that would be doublespeak and just trying to discredit my content. I never stated that anything was a fact. I presented the information that other people presented to me, that you posted yourself in words that came out of your own mouth, and gave my opinion about it. Other people can form their own opinions as well, because that's how the internet works. But then also, just because someone wasn't a personal client of yours or like a one-on-one client or whatever, that doesn't mean that they can't see things that you say or post or do. Like, you were posting all that stuff publicly. So like, what? Also, oh my God, it's what? She knows nothing about me. You post all this stuff online. I do know a good bit about you. I've also talked to people who have been close to you over the years, you know, in and out of your life, multiple of those people. So that's interesting.
And the people that she interviewed, I know who they are by name, even though they're hidden by AI voices.
This is interesting too, because she says she knows exactly every person who I interviewed. No, you don't. You literally don't. I can't remember if I went over this in the part 1 or part 2 or even said it at all. I'm pretty positive I said it on Reddit, just on social media in general. But to protect people who are terrified of this woman, which is crazy to me because it's like, what the f is she gonna do? This woman has no power. Calm down. But of course, I'm not trying to diminish people's fears and feelings and all that, because if you've been tormented by someone for years and years and years, obviously, yes, you're going to be scared of them. And I don't want to invalidate that. I haven't had that type of relationship with this person. Either way, this is buffoonery and calamity and tomfoolery. Who's Tom? We don't know him. But the stories that people told me, there were only a few of the AI voices that I used. And then the other ones, I had my channel members do voiceovers for, which I loved that so much. That was like one of my favorite parts of the deep dive. Trying to think of a great way to explain this. Okay, so let's say one person had a super specific story about Angela and how horrible she is, right? I wasn't going to use that specific story if I only received one person, you know, telling me this story that from their personal experience, because then she'd be able to know exactly who it was, right? But then if I had 5 people tell me the exact same thing, then I would, you know, basically merge all of their stories together and make it a little bit more general and send it over to, you know, my Discord server, whichever of my channel members wanted to do voiceover work for me. Again, appreciate y'all so much. It's amazing. We also have a book club now. If y'all want to join it, Feral Fiction, the book club. That's only for channel members. Tiers for the channel members start at $1.99, I think it is. So look out for that. You get Discord access to the book club, and then also other stuff, you know. So anyways, I'm trying to like do more for my channel members because y'all are amazing. So she also says that none of these people that I interviewed were like one-on-one coaching clients. That's not true either. There were people, absolutely. There were people who did her workshops. There were people who did her mastermind things. There were people who did her seminars, her retreats, people who were in her downlines. Like, yeah, paying clients of yours. Like almost all of these people that I talked to, other than like people who lived near her or were like childhood friends of hers or went to college with her or like dated one of her family members or something like that, right? It's just a broad example or a generalized example, whatever. Other than those people, everyone else had a transactional relationship with her, but obviously that was pushed over the edge and blurred and all that because that's what happens in these money-making online grift, power dynamic-y, manipulative type of relationships. So again, trying to discredit not only those people's stories, but then also using it, in my opinion, not saying she's doing this, but in my opinion, I think that's what's happening here, and this is what it sounds like to me. I take this as her using this as a scare tactic. And keep in mind, this video that she posted on Instagram was posted before I put out my part 2. So I think she possibly knew that it was coming because I had said a few times like, oh, it'll be up by like the end of the month or like beginning of August or something like that, right? Maybe she posted this to, and I've had people try to do this before. Maybe she posted this to, you know, scare me or scare other people into like not wanting to talk to me or something like that, or other people to not make content, just, you know, to silence people, to scare people, intimidate them, whatever. So it is interesting because even in my video, I was like, a lot of people would not talk. I did get to talk to a lot of people. A lot of people wouldn't talk to me because they were terrified of her. Again, I'm not invalidating your feelings. It's wild to me that you feel that way. But again, I have not lived through your experiences. So my reaction to your feelings towards it are completely invalid and irrelevant to the situation. Your feelings are valid. You are valuable. Your experience is valid and valuable. There are a lot of people who did talk to me, a lot of people who didn't, a lot of people who wanted to stay anonymous. And this was the first time with a deep dive that I had to, I had like a little copy and paste like scripts out, and me and my researcher had to like, my God, me and Kelly had to like keep changing it to be like, because we realized like people with like your opening message, people need to know like, we can completely stay off the record. You can completely be anonymous. You can, email me from a burner email address. We had to have that level of like offering anonymity. Is that how you say it? Anonymity, or like just that security, basically. Unknown territory to me. So that was definitely a learning curve. But I really do think that this is a scare tactic that she's putting out of like towards other people of, I know exactly who you are and blah, blah, blah. But then also attempting possibly, maybe not, to be a scare tactic towards me of like, I'm either going to sue you or I just don't care. You're not affecting me, which clearly it is, because you would spend the money or time to sue someone and you're making content about it. So like you've posted about it multiple times. Allegedly, you told your hairdresser about it, but then also being like, oh, well, I'm just going to profit off of it. So like your content isn't doing what you think it's going to do. It's not going to stop me. It's going to make me bigger and more powerful, right? Really a double doozy. Lots of messages coming through. Lots of mixed signals here. But overall, the signal that I'm getting is like, not threatening, but like spooky. So saying that like the people who talked to me, none of them worked with you one-on-one. It was all in a group setting. Okay, so even if that is true, I'm not saying it is or isn't, but like, who cares? And also everyone, all of them have severe mental illness. Girl, Angela, do you own one of these? Go look at it and say that. They all have severe mental illness. Who's the common denominator here? I think it might be you, girlfriend. Also, having a severe mental illness, like, listen, I know not all mental illness is like visual, like some people might be medicated, whatever, like you can't always tell what someone's going through and experiencing and whatever just by talking to them. But I didn't get that vibe from anyone I talked to. Not saying that they don't have severe mental illness. Also, what is severe? Like a prescription for Zoloft? Because same, girl.
Severe mental illness. Also, none of them ever worked with me one-on-one. They were always in like a group setting. They don't know me. They know nothing about me. So she's claiming that I'm a cult leader, which...
People who didn't work with you one-on-one and people who worked with you in a group setting, none of them know you at all, and none of them know anything about you. So then what are they paying for in these group settings with this Phoenix experience thing? Because according to all of those people, they know a lot about you. Girl, I'm not in one of those group settings. I'm not one of your one-on-one clients, and I know way too much about you. And I know all of that for free. I mean, it might be mentally taxing, but I know all of that for free. You're not... It kills me when these people think that they are like a vault, like a steel trap, like an impenetrable fortress of information. You're not the mysterious girly that you think you are. You are a certified delusional yapper, just like myself. As mysterious as I try to be, could not be me. I can't do that because I don't shut up. Same goes for you, girlfriend. If you wanted to be mysterious, you'd keep your thing on private, your Instagram on private, but you keep coming back and doing whatever. Like, my Lord.
So she's claiming that I'm a cult leader, which, how would you deal with it? I genuinely want to know.
How I would deal with it if someone was calling me a cult leader, I would show facts that I'm not. But then again, like it's an opinion. So if it wasn't valid, I would just ignore it. Consider the source. Do you value, what I'm saying? Do I ever say anything right? If the answer is no, then just let me keep yapping and move along, Obviously, it's easier said than done, but someone who's been in so many controversies as this woman, I cannot get over her outfit in that video. Really looking like Jesus Christ if he was a gardener and not a carpenter. So like I said, she posted that back when her Instagram was private and now it is public. I don't know if she's gone back to private recently, but it's just really funny looking at the comments on these. Literally like 3 people who have commented on it from what I could see at the time of me screenshotting these and looking at these, but it's just hilarious. So this person says, sue for the purpose of bringing the video down. It's not how that works. Or if you feel like you could capitalize on it. But if it's an untruth, I don't know, mediate on it. Ask God. God is not your mediator. The screams of someone's envy towards you and your success. Success? Is that what you call it? Not everyone who doesn't like you is envious. Sometimes, sure. Sometimes they're just, bitter and annoying and whatever. Not always. Sometimes people just don't like you. Plus, spiritually, the dev's always looking to bring you down, to fail. Ma'am, the dev? Samantha, that is iconic that you just abbreviated devil. The devil's not after you. It's the consequences of your own behavior. That's what it is. Put that on a coffee mug. All right. And she said, I'm sorry, LOL. They didn't interview me. Like, that's not the gotcha you think. It's not that I didn't interview you. I would have. You just didn't answer my email. Maybe you didn't see it. I know that's not helpful, but This person said, Sweet girl, go get that bite. I stay having a fleet of lawyers. Girl, no, you don't. Nicole, no, you don't. Who are you? Corliss Valerian? No, you're not. Of Salton Sea? Did y'all finish House of Dragon? Okay, just went and looked at it. Wow, she put some work into that. What an absolute weirdo. If you can easily file a lawsuit, sure, go that route. But I think she likes the battles based on looking at her other videos and posts. Looks like she gets a lot of cease and desist and threatened with lawsuits, but they don't go anywhere. Kelly's onto something. I think do a video response, maybe drum up some new business and use it as a way to share your testimony. Are we about to enter our next grift era of the persecuted lady pastor? Instead of lady boss babe or girl boss, it's lady pastor. Parish associate? Angela Sumner? Is it you? Again, very contradictory statements. However, I agree with Kelly. She ain't wrong. Kelly's a smart lady. At least you have one person who's a little bit logical. She is right. I am an absolute weirdo. But yeah, these threats and legal threats, these cease and desist and stuff, they don't go anywhere. They really don't. And why? It's free to threaten legal action. It is very expensive to take legal action. A lawyer is not going to take your case on contingency, meaning they collect after you win, if they do not think you can win. Otherwise, it's quite expensive. So that's going to waste you a lot of money. I guarantee you I'll be able to get someone to do it on contingency for me. I don't know what to tell you, babe. You'd lose. Unfortunately, I have the time. Thankfully, I have the funds now. Or no, I don't. But I'd find them. I'd find him for sure. All right, y'all. So don't go harass this person who is definitely not a cult leader. And yeah, Angela Sumner, if you are watching this video, I did email you twice. I would love to interview you. I will send over my questions prior to filming an interview with you. And then, yes, I will edit the interview to make us both sound more eloquent and to cut down the runtime. But I will send it to you prior to have you approve it. You also would have to sign an appearance release, though, because that's industry standard. So that's it, girlfriend. If you want to do an interview, let's go. All right. If you are not subscribed, please do. If you do subscribe, then at the end of my videos, I tell you that your butt looks good and that your feelings are valid and that you look so hot, smoking hot. And if you're not, then you're dead to me. And I don't know what you're doing with your life, but get it together. Also, if you are not following my backup Instagram, my other Instagram, the I am CC Suarez Instagram, got taken down because I'm the martyr here. I'm being persecuted. So yeah, so that got taken down. So follow my backup Instagram. It is totally not CC Suarez. I will have it linked down below. And then also please do subscribe to my podcast channel. It is with Sherilyn Dale, my co-host. It is called Here for the Clout. So go do all that. And I will, I will make a playlist of Angela Sumner videos so that you can have the full lore on there. And also if you are, again, another reminder, If you are on Reddit or any social media and you don't want to be found out, I mean, obviously say it with your chest, but I know that sometimes like that's spooky to do. Not me encouraging people hiding behind their keyboards, but when discussing people like this, you know, they can be pretty unhinged. So please don't dox yourself. A lot of times what they'll do is look at the comments that you've made on other pages, other subreddits, whatever, and they'll be able to either figure out who you are or where you're from or something like that, or, put 2 and 2 and 4 and 5 and 6 together and figure out who you are. So if you don't want to be found out, don't do that. Protect yourself. Okay. Again, remember, these are all scare tactics. This person is delusional, in my opinion. I don't think you have anything to be scared of with her. I know in general she's like spooky. I get it, but she has no power. She has no power over you. So please understand that. What's she gonna do? Call your boss? Tell him that this woman's insane and from the internet. That's it. Block her number. Block her on social media. She doesn't exist if you do that. All right? Okay. Appreciate you. Subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.